Hey everyone, and welcome to the next part. We're likely going to have a care mistake from the looks of things, but oh well. To be honest, there's a pretty good chance that I'm going to end up needing Sukamon. Well, there's a 100% chance because Sukamon is a Digimon who I will need in order to fill the Digivolution chart, so there's a 100% chance that I'll need Sukamon in order to succeed at this challenge. So care mistakes isn't necessarily a bad thing, because the only way to get Sukamon is to fill up the care mistake forge. So care mistakes aren't necessarily bad, they are to a certain extent mandatory. And admittedly, I am a bit nervous about this battle. But let's just go with it. I'll get ready now. Battles like this, you have to enter prepared. Right, bring it on, I guess. If there's any chance of us just fighting like this, an Olgamon and two Gabumons, I mean that would work for me, if possible. Any chance of that happening? It seems not. I haven't actually saved since just after defeating Greymon, so I would have to go back a little bit, but at least my techniques are safe. Right, on we go. Aura Beam is the move to fear. Obviously no techniques for me to learn that time. Obviously, reason being, Greymon can't learn any of them. So, Gabumon and Monzaemon have magically escaped, but Olgamon is still here. Okay. So yay, Olgamon joined the city. Except he doesn't. Because we sit here and wait while he very, very slowly jumps into the sub and swims away. Hey, at least Waymon recruits, that's something, I guess. And there's the cat mistake. Okay, now we should probably make the most of being here and go to Misty Trees. There are a few things in that area that need to be done. Not just Misty Trees, but also Gear Savanna. Let's see, we need to defeat Gabumon, Otamon, or whatever that water fish thing's called. Hatamon, Alepmon, Leomon, they all need to be recruited. Not to mention there's Mount Panorama with Unimon, who I've not yet recruited. And I can also take the first step towards recruiting Vadermon by obviously stepping on the crop circle thing and then going to Shaomon's board. Rulermon I'm not going to fight yet. But obviously I'm aware that he's there and I will beat him at some point. Now we do need a bit of luck here because it is possible to get, well not exactly lost, but it is possible to sort of run around in circles and appear in places where you shouldn't be. Because you sort of, where we haven't spoken to ShogunGekomon yet, the fog's a bit bad, it can cause us to go one way but then appear at a different place. And it's happened. Let's just go with it and see where we end up. Okay. I hate Shaomon, they're so hard to dodge because of how fat they are. Okay, it made it through. To Gabumon. Prominence Beam will be better for a single battle. Let's go with it. So yeah, quite a straightforward battle. Makes a nice change from Waru Speedrun. So yeah, now it's time for Otamon, or Octomon, whatever his name is. I forget sometimes. It's handy to beat him because then you're taken to ShogunGekomon, who then takes care of the fog problem, or rather makes it possible for you to see through, and then no longer the problem of getting lost in misty trees. It also clears the path so we can get to Toy Town, which will come in handy later. Bit of luck though, because he only shows about 20% of the time or something, so we may have to go in and out before he's here. Pesky dragonflies. Shouldn't be that bad though. So then it's to gear Savanna. Obviously we need to go to Trash Mountain and obtain the fishing rod. Oh yeah, he's here. So he insults you. Well, if it was me, I would just ignore, but obviously you have to select this in order for the battle to happen. Yeah, obviously we need the fishing rod from Trash Mountain, and also talk to one of the Sukamon there, as that results in them joining the city. Wait, let's just focus on the battle. And that is why you never randomly insult me. You get your ass thrashed by a Digimon who's about 10 times bigger, about 20 times more powerful, and has a much superior brain capacity. Bye bye, don't come back. But yeah, the fishing rod is obviously mandatory because we have to capture Speedruns in order to go to Beetleland and recruit Quagamon and Carbolterimon. Sukamon, who unofficially joins the city, he like Digimon doesn't mention him, but he still joins, and he ups the prosperity points by 1, because there's 3 champions who are considered unuseful, and so they up the prosperity point by 1. Usually rookies up it by 1, champions up it by 2, ultimates up it by 3. But yeah, there's 3 champions who are considered to be not particularly useful, and so they only up the prosperity point by 1 instead of 2. I believe the 3 Digimon are all the filth types. I believe it's Sukamon, Numamon, and Nanimon. I think. Even though Numamon is potentially useful because he opens up the secret shop, but oh well. Stay back, stay back. Obviously, he mentions about how he collects rare items, or used to. You have to take Digimon cards to him and then basically give them to him for points and then buy items with the points. And obviously this Gekomon joins the arena tournament. Obviously for him to say that, you need to have recruited Greymon, because obviously the arena tournament has to appear, or has to be in the city, and it's only in the city if you've recruited Greymon. So if you haven't recruited Greymon, that Gekomon says nothing. Yeah, we're going to need a lot of high quality cards, because we're going to need the Amazing Rod from ShogunGekomon, as well as all the Digivolution items that he's got. Well, we don't need them, but it's going to make life a lot easier, because that way we get Digivolutions a lot more easily than having to do it the normal way. I believe the Unimon in here are the only Digimon who you can learn counter from. So that's so it might be a good idea to keep that in mind. The Unimon there. Apparently they're the only ones you can learn counter from. Obviously you have to attack with a physical move, physical short range move like Sonic Jab or Megaton Punch or Poison Claw or something. And then obviously have them counter it. Fortunately, Greymon knows Dynamite Kick, which is a move that I believe can be countered, but I'm not too focused on that at the moment. Although Greymon can learn counter, so it might be a good idea to do it while we've still got Greymon, but not just yet. Other than the things I've already mentioned, the only other use for this place would have to be King Sukamon, who turns you back into your original Digimon if you digivolve into Sukamon, because Sukamon's not very good. So yeah, so he's joined the city. One of the Sukamon trades a Digimon card with you, but it's not really worth it. The two cards both have the same value, so it's not really worth it. Unless you have 2 of the cards that he wants and 0 of the cards that he gives you. That way you get 1 of each, so you sort of fill your card inventory, which is something you have to do in order to get every medal. So now it's time for Gear Savanna. Now, Patamon I'm not actually going to do at the moment, because Patamon uses Spinning Shot, which is a move that I want to learn, except I've only got a 10% chance of learning it, and so I want to save first. So basically, at some point I'm going to save, I'm then going to come here, either I'm going to sleep here and then approach Patamon, or I'll save in the city and then take Drimogemon here. But Patamon learns Spinning Shot and you fight him 3 times, so basically you get 3 chances to learn it, 10% each time. But obviously, if it doesn't work, then I'll switch off and back on and keep going, like I did with Greymon and Birdramon. This is a bit luck-based with Biomon. Just talk to Biomon, wait for Biomon to run, then wait here, and hope that Greymon finds Birdramon. Try again. It will work eventually. So, Biomon, then Elecmon, though I'd also like to go to the card shop to try and get some valuable cards, as it will all add up. Not only that, but the shop is only there for the first 15 days of the year, so I need to make the most of it. So Elecmon just shocks you 3 times, then he joins the city. So then it's the card shop, and then I believe it's Mount Panorama for Unimon, and the first step towards Vadermon. Though with Patamon, I suppose what you could do is battle him twice. If you haven't learned Spinning Shot, then refuse to battle him the 3rd time, then leave, re-enter, and just keep going until you learn Spinning Shot. So basically battle him twice, if unsuccessful, leave, come back, battle him twice, if unsuccessful, leave, come back. But that could be quite time consuming, so I'd rather just do it how I said, save first. Fortunately, Spinning Shot is the only move we can learn from Patamon, so it's not like anything else is going to stand in the way. Because Wind Cutter I can't learn, Dynamite Kick I've already learned. And yeah, 10% chance of learning it. Now we get our first Digimon card. Card of ourselves. So I'll go to buy one, see if there's any rare ones. Can't afford it. Gonna need to get a bit of money. So I wanna, that's a very rare card, Hercules Carpalterimon. Boosts training for a while. Very useful. I mean, very unuseful in a challenge that doesn't involve using the gym. Okay, so there you go, 5,000. I'm gonna spend it all on Hercules Carpalterimon. Very good deal there. But what I'm not gonna do is use the cards anytime soon. I'm going to fill my inventory first. I'm going to fill my card inventory, get the medal for it, then trade the cards for merit points, and then do what I have to do. Because filling it can be quite a frustrating experience. I used those small recoveries because I knew Elecmon had obviously brought a HP down a bit, and obviously I don't want to accidentally get into a battle then get caught off guard or anything. Although a lot of the potential battles are battles against numerous opponents, so I'll put Meltdown on just in case I do get into a battle. How's the gorge, the care mistake gorge here? Not very full, about 10% or something. I don't know why that sign says Mount Infinity. It's not Mount Infinity. I can only imagine it was a mistake. Oh, okay, I just accidentally fluked the toilet. Not to worry. There's no rush with ShogunGekomon as far as I'm aware. I don't suppose Drimogemon's got through yet? No. Didn't know if it had been 3 days since I spoke to him. Okay, accidental battle. How hard can they be? I don't really want to run from battles because it causes your happiness and discipline to go down. Obviously the Flairemon refused the battle because he's the same type. Digimon who are the same type as you often choose not to join a battle. So it's not that I fear losing or anything, it's just battles like that are a waste of time, really. But yeah, I've spoken to Centauromon, so as far as... okay, I missed the Digimushroom. As far as I'm aware, Unimon should show. And obviously, Xiaomon's notice board mentions something to do with it, then you return, then there's more than one, and then when you get a certain amount of prosperity points, Xiaomon's board mentions it again, then you return, and then Vadermon shows. I used to think you had to give him either a bandage or medicine, then I learned a small recovery does the job. Obviously, your character mentions the clinic, and if you hadn't spoken to Centauromon, then you wouldn't know about the clinic, and so obviously it wouldn't be mentioned, and so Unimon doesn't show. Now, as well, take a little shortcut. Right, actually I might as well get the Misty egg while I'm here. Makes you Digivolve to Digitarmamon, the most useless ultimate in the game. He's incredibly slow. His finish attacks himself 50% of the time. And I also encounter a lot of glitches where he just sort of like runs around in circles and randomly attacks himself. Stuff like that. Not a very bright Digimon, but I need him to fill the Digivolution chart, so I have to do what I have to do. Waymon. Obviously the Misty egg will go in the item shop for now. So I could defeat Olgamon for the fourth and final time. That's an option, I guess. What I might do, Greymon's not far from sleeping, I might wait until he needs to sleep, take Verdramon to Gear Savanna, and then save and sleep where Patamon is, and then have another frustrating experience of trying to learn a new move, the new move being Spinning Shot. Actually, I'm not going to be able to get to Gear Savanna of the money that I've got. I'm not sure. I think I'm just going to go to Digimon's house, save, and call it the end of the part. I mean, I could always walk to Gear Savanna through Mount Panorama, it won't take too long, and obviously by the time I get there, Greymon might be ready to sleep. But this is the end of the part, so thank you for watching, and hope you enjoyed.